Be more wise. Be more wise. This the MC, Michelangelo. Like I said, I need you to subscribe, like it, throw that comment down. Come on, let's put it out there. You know what I mean? This ain't for me. This for y'all. But you'll see what's good. You'll see who's in front of you. I don't know if you ever heard of this one cat. I watch him playing ball, college ball, even professional ball. They can play for the Knicks, the Pistons. I want to say the Washington Wizards also. So he been around. But he started off at University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill, Division I school. You know what I mean? White school, top notch. You know what I mean? Won plenty games, championships, titles. The same school Michael Jordan came out of, James Worthy, Kenny Smith. He came out of North Carolina. Sam Perkins, he came out of North Carolina. Bob McAdoo, he came out of North Carolina. Brad Doherty came out of North Carolina. I say Kenny Smith, Jimmy Black, he go way back. You know what I'm saying? Came out of North Carolina. All those cats made millions of dollars in the NBA along with him. And North Carolina was famous for a strategy that they used against their opponents back in the day. Like second half, if they was up maybe 8 points with like 6 minutes to go, 8 minutes to go, a lot of times it was a wrap. The team couldn't come back because back in those days, you didn't have the 40-second shot clock. So it was a scheme that they would use called the four corners. They spread the court out whenever they had the ball, and they just pass the ball around. And if you was playing defense, the opponent that was playing against them, it was over with for them. So they were just running around, just fouling. They foul them, they give them the line, they shoot their free throws, they win the game. So they was basically milking the clock. So that's how a lot of games was won by the University of North Carolina. And this coon right here, this traitor right here, you know what I'm saying? He grew up in that. Now he's becoming the head coach of the University of North Carolina. He mentioned a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Nothing taken away from Dean Smith. He was a good coach. You know what I mean? Very good coach. But I didn't hear him mention a brother's name who invented this scheme called the Four Corners by the name of John McClendon. You know what I mean? An African-American man who invented this offense. He invented this offense. But he gets no credit for it. You know what I'm saying? And this offense brought a lot of wealth, a lot of victories, a lot of wealth, a lot of money, a lot of championships for this university throughout the years. And like I said, you have to give props where props is due. And the brother, the elder McClendon, he put it down. And Dean Smith, they utilized this offense for many years. And this is how they benefited. And this is how the University of North Carolina won many championships. And was able to put out a lot of these brothers like himself that you see to go on to the NBA and make millions and forget about their people. And to hate on their people. And he's one of them. And he's going to talk about like he's such a man of the Lord. Listen to him. Let me get it right.
Congratulations. Thank you. I've heard you say a couple of times how much you've learned by your years in Chapel Hill, and one of the things was that you became a Christian, and that goes back to Coach Smith being so spiritual. Can you briefly talk about your faith and how that plays into your family and your job now?
Yeah, that's the most important thing to me. My faith and foundation is firmly in my relationship with Jesus. He just is. And my mother was a Christian, and she begged me to go to church growing up, and I didn't want to go. I wasn't interested in it. My mom used to always say that Jesus had a plan for me, plans for a hope and a future, plans not to harm you, plans to prosper you, Jeremiah 29:11. And at the time growing
The
up,
Most High cared nothing about
I didn't
basketball.
understand it, and I didn't listen to it.
Believe that.
And when my mom passed away 2 days before my junior year of high school, I grew a tremendous hate towards God. And for the 2 years that I was here at Carolina, the same way. And the reason being is I just couldn't understand all the things that my mom was telling me. Went to church only because Coach Smith and Coach Guthrie encouraged me to go to church. I started to
Moms ain't teach you good. She ain't teach you well. And it shows.
understand what my mom was talking about. I was started to understand the sacrifice that Jesus has made for me and how much he loves me. And
Are you doing any sacrifice or making sacrifices for your people? Are you? Or you just got that me, myself, and I mentality?
days before my junior year of college, I became a Christian. And instead of being upset that Jesus has taken away the most beautiful person in my life, and my mom, I'm thankful every day.
You see how a lot of these athletes, these black athletes, how they always just talk about their mom? They never hardly ever mention their father. I don't want to get off track, but I'm gonna keep it real. If it wasn't for your father, your earthly father, that you came from, you wouldn't be able to know how to jump high or run fast or lift weights. So give your pops, and this message goes out to all these brothers you listening. Stop giving all your moms the credit. Throw your father in there. I don't care if he wasn't in the house. You throw him in there anyway. You don't ignore or act like your father never existed, because you don't really know what happened between your father and your mother. So you can't all the time listen to one side. There's always two sides of the story. And that's all you hear about these brothers, always giving credit to their mother and never their black father. That's a sign of hate too, whether you know it or not.
That he gave me the best mom that I could ever have for 16 years. She's here. She's here. She's here every day. The way I try to treat my wife, she's here every day. The way I try to treat my children. And so my faith in Christ is the foundation of who I am. And when I say that I will walk this path in my own shoes, then my personality, my own shoes and my personality is my faith.
We're going to have time for the next.
You feel what I'm saying? This brother right here, he has to be dealt with. It's these kinds.
I'm African American and I'm the head coach here.
See?
It's significant. I know that in terms of Division I head coaches all around the country, only 26% of the head coaches for Division I men's basketball are compromised by minorities, specifically African Americans. I know that it is significant that I'm the fourth African American head coach in any sport in the history of the University of North Carolina. I'm very proud to be African American, but I'm also very proud that my wife is white.
You feel that? You heard what he just said? That he's proud to have a white wife. So you see where his mind is at. And then he said, as far as success, these brothers and sisters that's playing these professional sports and even these high-level entertainers, they really believe that just because they're in that position that they're successful. That's not true success, Hubert. That's not true success at all. True success is you. Didn't you say that you was a Christian? Yeah, he did mention himself being a Christian. If you watched his whole full video, he did mention himself being a Christian. Now, being a Christian means being Christ-like. When you use his words in the scriptures and you do your best to live by those words, that's success. That's the true meaning of success. Just because you played at a Division I school and made $100 million playing basketball or whatever, that's not success, yo. That's temporary. And like I said earlier, when you was talking, the Most High cares nothing about sports. But you see how he said he was proud to have a white wife? I wonder how his wife really felt when she heard him say those words. When he came through a black woman. Do you think that she looks at him as a traitor? Yeah, but she ain't gonna say nothing. Because she gonna get that loot. And if she thinks like him, their punishment is coming to both of them. Truly, really, it's coming to both of them. And like I said before, it's those type of brothers and sisters with this mind frame that they look at that skin on their brothers and their sisters and their community and their nation, and they just spit out hate with a smile, and they do it with a calm face. A calm face. So these are the ones that we must look at. And he's on a top level, so-called top level, that will look at the average brother in the hood and won't even speak to him. And if he do speak to him, best believe me, it's only basically about basketball. That's it. Something that he can get from him and utilize from him. That's how they get down. So we exposing them here at B.M.W. Be more wise, Michelangelo, like I said. Subscribe, comment, share it. Yo, we going deep. You know what I mean? We gonna have the current news. We gonna have the news in the past. We gonna put it all together. And we gonna make a story out of these cats. And I give less than. You understand me? Michelangelo, be more wise. Go on.